Playing guitar. The quintessential reason I think I'm here. It all started with this friend of mine who showed me a guitar, and then my uncle gave me one, and I tried to play and I failed, and then I tried to play it and I failed, and I didn't like the instrument I was playing in school and I failed, and I thought this would be a way to be cool. And lo and behold, it turned into something. My favorite thing about playing guitar, it's gotta be just creating and having an outlet for whatever emotional state I'm in, or whatever troubles and tribulations I'm going through, or elatements and happiness and joyous events. Whatever I have, I can create out of nothing and express that. I got into Ernie Ball for a really weird reason. So it's like summer, late 2011, and we're on tour, and my strings broke. And we're in a small town that does not sell the normal strings that I was using at the time. It wasn't even like a music store. It was kind of just like this gas station that randomly had guitar parts at it too. But they had these bright, like this yellowish, greenish kind of color of this pack of strings drew my attention. And I grabbed them, I threw them on my guitar, and I remember the first couple of chords that we were playing in the show, my bandmates looked at me and like, the hell happened? You're brighter, you're more defined, you're louder. I was like, damn, okay. That was the strings I was using. I didn't even know, let alone fresh strings. But these strings held up the rest of the entire tour. And ever since then, I just became gravitated, like, what was that yellow pack? Having good strings is probably one of the most important things you can do for your instrument. I mean, if your strings are dead and you're trying to dial in tone based on dead strings, it's going to be really complicated. If your strings aren't holding up tension or support, or they're getting too dirty and not maintaining clean, you're going to have all of this rust, all of this just garbage that you're dealing with. And probably the worst thing is you're not going to even want to play your guitar anymore. Without a decent set of strings, it's just not fun. So the thing about strings and me is we don't get along. My string tensions, because I'm a very emotional player, so I'll play louder if I'm angry, and I'll play softer if I'm sad, or something like this. And so typically when I'm recording, the strings that I would do, they move in and out because of the aggression of which I'm playing, except the Ernie Balls. The Ernie Balls stayed up no matter what was going on with my playing or my performance or my sweat level or the humidity in the room or the area of town we were in. They stood up every single time. The only time there was a weird thing was when a foreign object was shoved onto my fretboard, which I can't say because there's young people watching what the foreign object was. But that was an experience. Practice guitar, kids. The sound and tone is insanely influenced by the type of strings that you use. The particular style of music I like is often like the extreme stuff. Like I listen to extreme music to calm down, to feel at zero, at base, you know? A lot of the aggressive music, it needs that aggressive like attack and that grit to it. If you got a decent guitar pick, that's gonna sound rad. But that decent guitar pick hitting a spaghetti noodle is just not gonna cut it for you. There's a lot of companies out there that are selling strings. I mean, that's undeniable. But the thing that stood out for Ernie Balls for me is they're just durable, reliable, and they perform equally in the state that is required of their use. And just the sheer attack is a basis by which I dial in all my sounds. And that's what I dig the most. Ernie Ball is my standard because that's the center of all my tone. And it's so aggressive, it's so on point. Ernie Ball seems to be predicated around the idea that the single customer is everything to them.